one and all. Today, I, Naman Shivani, am going to introduce you to the interesting world of magnetism. To understand this complex topic, we shall start with its basics and its history. Let's get started. You might be wondering, what are magnets? A magnet is a material or object that produces a magnetic field. This magnetic field is invisible but is responsible for the most notable property of a magnet, which is a force that pulls on other ferromagnetic materials such as iron, nickel, etc. and attracts or repulses between other magnets. This phenomena of attraction and repulsion is known as magnetism. Magnets can be of different types and shapes and sizes. They can be natural or man-made. Magnets can also be permanent or temporary. The phenomena of magnetism was most probably first observed in the form of the mineral magnetite. That form is lodestone. Lodestone is made up of a chemical compound named iron oxide. The person who first experienced the phenomena of magnetism was a Greek shepherd named Magnus. Magnus was in need of new grazing pastures, so he led his sheep to Mount Ida. While his sheep fed, he stood on a piece of rock. And as soon as he stood on that particular piece of rock, his shoenails got stuck to that rock. Intrigued by this, Magnus began digging and discovered the first ever recorded lodestone. Lodestones were henceforth named as magnetite, probably after Magnus. Thank you.
I'm Deeksha, and now I'm going to highlight a timeline on the history of magnets. In 600 BC, a Greek shepherd named Magnus described a mysterious stone that attracted iron and other pieces of the same stone. Later, in 1175, Alexander Newcomb gave us the idea to use Earth's magnetic field to tell directions and orient travelers. In 1600, William Gilbert stated that Earth itself was a big and weak magnet. Then, in 1740, Godwin Knight built the first artificial magnet. In 1855, Faraday studied about electromagnetism and discovered electromagnetic induction. Next, in 1990, commercial steel magnets were made available to the public for sale. After that, in 1930, T. Mishima made the first Alnico magnets that were an alloy of aluminium, iron and nickel. After that, in 1960, J. Stannard made the strongest rare earth magnets. And after that, in 1983, General Motors created powerful neodymium magnets.
Now it's time for some fun with magic. For our first magic trick, I have here my fidget spinner and my magic wand. Now, with my magic wand, I'm going to move my fidget spinner without using my hands. See, I have possessed the spinner with my magic. Now, for my second magic trick. Here I have my 2 coins. Let's see if they balance. Oh no! But thank God I have my magic wand. Now let's see if they balance. See my magic? Well friends, you might think that this magic stick does real magic. But that's not true. This magic stick has nothing special. But the magic was performed by these magnets I have. Thank you.
Magnets are strange yet interesting things. There are many mysteries scientists have yet to solve when it comes to magnets. Hello everyone, I'm Haya Pradeep from class 6A and today I will tell you a few facts about magnets. Fact number 1. The most powerful magnet in the universe is actually a star called magnetar. These are stars have died off and had a supernova explosion. The magnetas are what is left over, and they are strong enough to destroy small planets if they get close enough. Fact number 3. Strong earth magnets can turn some metals into magnets. Ferromagnetic materials like iron can be magnetized with a strong permanent magnet. You can try it for yourself by rubbing a magnet on a screwdriver. The screwdriver will be able to pick up magnetic objects. Fact number 4. Magnets can lose their magnetic properties. If you hammer or heat a magnet, it turns out that they lose their magnetic properties. So now it's time for some magic. Here I have a watch and it works perfectly fine. Now I'm going to make the time stop. The time has stopped. So, you must be wondering, how did I do this? Well, actually, there is a magnet that I placed on it when I placed the watch on the table. Hope you enjoyed my magic trick. You can do this to impress your family members and your friends. Thanks a lot.
Hello everybody, I am Manha Hussain of grade 6A. Now I am going to talk about the properties of magnets. Magnets only attract materials that are made up of iron, nickel and cobalt. Now let's see the second property, which is repulsive property. So for that I have two magnets. I'm going to place them on the table like this. Now let's see what happens. So I tried to move the first magnet towards the second magnet, but the second magnet was moving away. This is known as repulsive property. As you know, the magnets have two poles, north pole and south pole. Like poles always repel, while opposite poles always attract. Now let's see the last property of magnets. So I have taken a bowl of water, a sponge, a magnet and a compass. So with the help of a compass, let us see the north and south direction. So this is the geographical north or the magnetic south. Now I have shaded one part of the magnet for my convenience, and I have made a small slit in the sponge. Now we will fit the magnet and we will just put it in the water and wait for it to stop moving. So the shaded portion of the magnet is facing the geographical north or the magnetic south direction. So from this we can conclude that magnets, when suspended freely, always align in the north-south directions. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Rithima Kalra and now I will be sharing some important applications of magnets and their usage in our daily life. You will be surprised to know that we are so dependent on magnets that life without them is close to impossible. Let's see how. I have highlighted here some applications of magnets in the field of medicine. Credit cards, a computer hard disk, electricity, magnetic separation, and not to forget compasses used for navigation. Let's see them one by one in the coming slides. In medicine field, magnets are regularly used for MRI machines, which help us in high resolution imaging and treatment of diseases. Credit cards use magnets as well. Each magnet in the strip is made of a bar magnet of a size of 1 by 20 millionth of an inch. Our computers as well use magnets for internal memory storage like hard disk drives. Magnets are used frequently in generating electricity, magnetic separation, and lastly, an important usage of magnets is in the compass. This feature is used for navigation purposes and used by ships, submarines, and aeroplanes.
Good afternoon. I am Shreya from 6A and today I am going to talk about the Earth's magnetic field. About the Earth's magnetic field. The Earth's magnetic field acts like an invisible shield which protects the Earth against harmful particles in space, such as the solar winds. The Earth's magnetic north actually lies in the Earth's geographic south. The Earth's core is made up of rotating nickel and iron. This rotation produces electricity, and wherever electricity is present, there is also a magnetic field there. Without the Earth's magnetic field, life would be over quickly on Earth. Our atmosphere would be stripped by the solar winds. And if our atmosphere would be stripped by the solar winds, there will also be a large amount of ultraviolet radiation, as the ozone layer of the atmosphere protects us from the ultraviolet radiation. So, the magnetic field plays an important role for life on Earth. Now let's see a short video on solar winds. Our sun keeps blasting huge amount of hot plasma into space. All these charged particles have a big effect on everything in their path. Earth's atmosphere has some defense, but it is not strong enough to protect the Earth against these solar winds. Earth's strong magnetic field protects the Earth against these winds. It's formed when nickel and iron in the Earth's core rotates. The place where the Earth's magnetic field meets with the solar winds are called the Earth's magnetosphere. It keeps changing its shape as it is bombarded with solar particles. Hope you liked my presentation as much as I liked making it for you.